Yo, it's your boy Abnormal with yet another video, let's go! Now let me tell you, I never really quite understood all of the hype about bench press, like flat barbell bench press, right? And I know I'm going to get a bunch of hate for saying this, but just bear with me here. Like, people say it's the staple of all exercises, and if you don't have that included in your own workout program, then you're missing out. And I'm just like, really? Well, just because it's fun to perform, it's really fun to grind to that 225 bench press 1 rep max PR. Like, nothing else really matters apart from just having fun on flat barbell bench press, bro. Now, let me tell you why I use a much better alternative. Now, I'm just going to explain it all to you now. First of all, I use dumbbells. I pretty much never, maybe not never, but never for my chest. I never use barbells because it's just worse. Dumbbells let you have better range of motion. Whenever I use dumbbells, I just, feel a better range of motion. I actually get to pump out my chest. I get to get my elbow and literally stretch the chest so good that I would never do the same on a barbell. So, better range of motion. Second thing is no spotter needed, bro. And whenever you're doing flat barbell bench press, you know very well that if you're not strong enough to perform the next rep, you will get crushed by the weight. Maybe you will even fucking die because of it if it's like really high weight and there is no one around, no spotter to be seen. And essentially because of that, this is why I like to use dumbbells so much. You don't need to have any spotter. And also, you just have much better progressive overload options. Whenever you're doing flat barbell bench press, you just have to put on more weight on both sides. With dumbbells, you can, one thing is you can pick different dumbbell sizes. But second thing, it's much easier to actually perform the exercise in many different ways. You can even stop the dumbbells like halfway through, hold them, and then push the weight. Or stop them like in a stretched position, which you could never do on a barbell, in a stretched position, and then slowly push the weight up. Also, one thing that I do is I always incline the bench. I never do flat like dumbbell bench press. I usually do it like like this, but on a slight incline, right? So I always get to work out more of my upper chest, which is actually deemed as more attractive and just more aesthetic in general. Because you know what? I actually have a pretty well developed lower chest, but to counter that, I now have to build my upper chest so that it just doesn't look weird, right? And also now, next thing which I actually wanted to tell you about is just what I do personally to make even better of a bench press PR for myself. Like, what are the tips, what are the tricks that I use in order to be stronger and just better performing on bench press exercises. First thing first, use leg drive, just like as seen on this video here. In order to do that, you just have to drive your legs whenever you're pushing the weight up, bracing your whole entire body. Next thing is I always try to push the neck. Now, what I mean by that is whenever I'm performing bench press, I always just kind of, push the neck into the seat, right? Into the bench, which then makes me a bit stronger. But also one thing that I do before pushing the neck is actually bringing it a bit forward, as you can see in this video also. I just bring it a little bit forward, which for some reason there is like a rule that I use, and it's just that I always look at the dumbbells or the barbell, or just like, whenever I'm doing the bench press motion, it kind of looks like this. I'm doing this and then this with my head. For some reason it just helps me to push more weight, so there is something which you can do with that. That is it. Also, next point is you just have to brace your belly a lot. If you're not bracing your entire fucking body, then you will never be strong enough to push the 225, the desired 225 on bench press, which I actually managed to do at only 16 years old, which I think is pretty impressive. Imagine a 16-year-old benching like a little bit more even than 225 for 1 rep max. I guess that is pretty nice. Now, next bullet point is you have to keep your shoulder blades close. What I mean by that, whenever you're doing some bench press exercise, don't round your back, but try to actually have your back look quite literally like this, bro. If you have your back work like this, then you will be stronger. That is guaranteed, bro. It's just human physical biology. You will be stronger if you have your back also engaged in the exercise. The more muscles you engage, the more you will be able to push, the more sets and reps you will be able to perform, and then you will just have better gains because of it, right? The more more intensively you train, the less time you can spend on training. So if you actually get, break down your form and do it properly, then you will be able to have much better gains, because of that you will be able to train more intensively. And I know it might seem a little bit counterintuitive to actually like try to do something with your back when it's actually a chest exercise, but just bear with me, trust me on this. You will see like greater gains if you actually engage your back in this exercise. Moving on, breathing patterns matter a lot. Now use it to your advantage. Easiest way I can show you is literally this. Once again, wait, it's like... So you exhale whenever you push and you inhale whenever you lower the weight down. If you actually pair it with leg drive and bracing your body and engaging your shoulder blades, then you will see that your bench press is actually much stronger. Next point is never try to do something like this with your wrists. I've seen many people bench press like this. Bro, keep your fucking wrists stable. Do it like this. Push your weight like this, not like this. It's really important, because if you're not doing that, then you're not strong enough to perform the 225 which you want to do. So also, this is how you will be able to become stronger. Now the last point. Do not, and I say do not, do the Sam Sulek thing. Yeah, he sometimes, whenever he's doing bench press or something, or any other exercise, he does this thing where many people don't dislike this. At the end of each exercise, he does, let me show you on an example of shoulder press. He does reps and reps. Then when he just doesn't have the, strength to push more, then he just does and he just does that for fucking 10 times. Now, is it optimal? I'm not sure, but for pushing exercises, I would say that this is pretty wrong. This is just wrong, because if you just don't have enough strength to perform a full repetition, then if you want to do something crazy, then after the set, when you can't push anymore, stop doing the just grab a lower fucking weight so you can actually perform the exercise correctly. You can do a drop set or a superset, whatever you wish. Just never do quarter reps, because it just doesn't make any sense. So again, don't do the Sam Sulek thing and stay abnormal.